Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Spencer, and today we're going to be looking at Creswell Hall. Creswell is one of the high-rises located here at UGA, and I also have someone with me.
Hey guys, my name is Jessica, and we're really excited to showcase Creswell Hall. Right now we are on the first floor. There are two entrances to the building. One is closest to Bolton Dining Commons. The other one is on the other side of the building that leads up to Russell Hall and Brumby Hall. And right now we're going to start just with some general information about the space that we're in and some of the features of the public lobby.
Yeah, so behind me I have the TV lounge. It's used for community spaces, but we'll get into that later. Then in front of me I have the launch pad. The launch pad is a part of Terry College's Terry College of Business's entrepreneurship program. And basically the launch pad, this is where it's centrally located. If you are participating in that program, interested in that program, you can apply and then you'll have priority housing in Creswell. Also, we have these wonderful plastic bag containers around and recycling bins around each residence hall. This is where they are located in Creswell.
So if you go to the grocery store and you come back with some plastic bags, there's a centralized place to recycle them so that they don't get mixed in with other recyclables or into the landfill. There's a lot of great space for the launch pad sort of over here, but there's also a lot of good community space, as you can see by the chairs, for students to come and study sort of in more of a public space if they don't want to study in their room. And this innovation space, which Spencer's going to talk about.
Yeah, so the innovation space was designated for students who need to study outside their rooms but also need like a creative element to it. So we have these really cool little desks, as you can see through the window, that people use, and also these roll away whiteboards that you can draw on. So if you're a chemistry student and need to, write out those equations, balance those equations, you can do that right there on those big whiteboards.
Mm-hmm. And it's pretty cool because some of the tables in there actually have their own outlets on the table, so you don't actually have to go searching for an outlet on your own. It's physically in the furniture, which is pretty neat.
Yeah. Next we have the Creswell Hall Community Office. This is where your RHD is located. Graduate residence offices are located there as well. This is where you can go if you have any questions about anything that you need to get covered. So.
It's open. The community office is typically open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The desk, however, which is this big circular structure, is open 24/7. So right now we are the building is closed, so there's not anybody here, but normally when the building is open, there's always somebody sitting here. This is a great place for you if you want to check out ping pong paddles, foosballs, volleyballs, yeah, stuff like that. You can also check out mallets here if you want to raise or lower your bed whenever you move in. And it's also where you're going to come if you need to check out a key if you accidentally locked yourself out of your bedroom in the middle of the night. But there's also a cool feature right in front of the desk, which is a really great resource for all students on campus.
Yes, and this resource is called the WEPA printing system. If you don't want to bring your own printer to campus, that's completely okay. The WEPA printing system is connected to your phone. You download the WEPA app, connect it to your phone, and then you're able to print things from the cloud all around campus. There are some in the MLC, there's some in Tate, there's some in the residence halls, and Creswell is one of those residence halls. So yeah.
Absolutely. So whenever you're moving through Creswell, right now you can notice there's a PIN code over here to the right. Typically you can flash your ID at a desk assistant who's sitting here who will let you in. We have little stickers that go on the IDs, or you can swipe your card or flash it in front of the card reader, put in your unique code, and then it will let you into the building. If you're ever bringing somebody to Creswell, residents are able to come in and out as much as they please. But if you have a visitor coming with you, the resident does need to claim that person. So they will do that just right there at the front desk.
And that's just another measure we take to make sure our residence halls are secure.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the TV lounge. The TV lounge is used as a community space. People have watch parties here all the time, eat some popcorn, but it's also used for student organizations to table because, I don't know if you can see it, but these partitions, these windows right here, they actually move. So then people crossing through the building can actually stop and see the organization. I know that the basketball student student section, often tables here and stuff and things like that. Yeah, athletics too. It's a really fun time. Great way to just meet more people and get engaged in your community. Community councils also meet in this space. They have presentations about what's going on in Creswell, what they envision for the year and things like that.
Yeah, and it's really cool because it's really centrally located. It's right at the entrance and the exit point of the building. And so anytime you're coming in or out of Creswell, there's usually something going on here. So it's really, really nice to have that right at the entrance. You kind of feel like when you're getting welcomed home, there's always somebody here to greet you, but also as you're leaving, you kind of can stop by and maybe get some free food or maybe listen to a cool presentation. There's a lot of stuff that happens here.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we have our mailing station. So this is where you can meet. This is where the OA will be hosted, and you can go there to check out your large packages. You can sign off for them, and you'll actually get an email when your package is ready. Also, each resident receives their own mailbox with their key when they move in. And so this is where you'll receive your small envelopes and also your small packages. If they'll fit in the box, then you'll get them there. And then behind Jessica right here is also the campus mailing slot. So you can just throw your mail in there if you have any outgoing mail, and it will be shipped that way.
Typically this window would be open. Again, like the building's closed right now while we're doing tours. But there's typically a student worker that works there that'll be able to check out your stuff to you. And as you can tell, there are a lot of mailboxes because we have a lot of residents. Pop quiz, Spencer. How many residents live in Creswell?
We have 960 residents in Creswell.
Holy cannoli, that's a lot of residents.
Almost 1,000.
Yeah.
Now we're making our way towards the elevator lobby, and past the elevator lobby is actually some study space we're going to show you. Mm-hmm. One great thing about Creswell is that there are tons of study space for all of its residents.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of great spaces. Some people really like to study inside of their rooms. Other people cannot study in their room because it's kind of like their quiet space. So fortunately, Creswell has a lot of these really great nooks that are awesome if you want to study on your laptop. There's a lot of good outlets for you to charge your laptop. And there's really good, strong, sturdy tables if you're the type of person that likes to spread out with your binders and your notebooks and everything. These big, beautiful windows are really nice. There's a lot of great natural light. And overall, it's just a really great sort of community area. Even if you don't want to study in here, sometimes people will meet up and they'll have Netflix watch parties or
play a card game, board game,
just hang out. And food, so they might want to eat in here. But where are they going to cook that food, you might ask?
They're going to cook it in the kitchen, which is right outside of this study space. If you come this way through the dining area, we actually have this lovely dining area here. And then into the kitchen. There are actually a few kitchens scattered out through Creswell, but this is the main one. And one important thing to note is that the kitchens do not come with their own utensils. So if you want to utilize this kitchen, that's great. We're happy to have you utilize it. Just remember to bring your own utensils.
Mm-hmm. Yep, lots of really good cookie nights have happened here. RAs, resident assistants, will have programs and they'll bring the food down here. There's also, if you can notice behind Spencer, another whiteboard. So we are at a large university, so studying does happen here. And whiteboards are one of the great tools to be able to sort of spread out your notes.
Right, and then if you also look to my right, there's also another study room. This is great for group projects and things of that nature. Another big whiteboard in there as well for you chemistry students that need to write things out, or maybe even math students that are taking calculus that need to visualize their problems.
Yeah.
Up next, we have our lounge, another lounge space.
Vending machines.
Yes, we have our vending machines, our ping pong table, foosball table, air hockey back there in the back, and this is where students just hang out with some friends. They come down here to just socialize and meet a few new friends. This is also where people hang out while their laundry's getting done, and the laundry is actually right around the corner. So I'm going to take you over here. Just like in every residence hall, the laundry is actually not coin operated, so it's free to use just by the push of a button. There are also folding tables in Creswell, so that's a really cool, unique thing. You know, if you want to fold your t-shirts before you go up to your dorm, but you do need to bring your own detergent because that is not housed here.
And pro tip, if you want to be a laundry expert, you will get a laundry basket that has wheels on it so that you can just wheel it into the elevator, wheel it down here, and then wheel it right back up.
Right, because as I mentioned before, Creswell is one of the residence halls that has a elevator shaft because, there are so many residents here and there are 9 floors.
I'll also say, while we're in this area, you can kind of get a good view out to one of our sort of outdoor areas. There's a lot of great picnic tables out there. There's a big, beautiful tree that's been around for a long time, provides a lot of beautiful shade. And so especially that beautiful fall weather here in Georgia is great outside. And it's really nice that we have those outdoor spaces too. So you can have programs there, you can study outside, you can have your lunch out there. It's just a really nice addition to the space that's available inside.
Yeah, so we're going to walk down this hall and go to the elevator. We're actually going to go up to the 3rd floor to show you guys one of the rooms that we have.
Yeah, it's always a game as to which elevator is going to open whenever you press the button.
Right. Got to get inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like as Jessica mentioned before, since we do have elevators, we highly recommend bringing a laundry basket with wheels on it, so that way you don't have to tote it the entire time all the way down to the laundry area.
Mm-hmm. And fun fact for anybody who wants to be a Creswell nerd, there are actually 2 elevator shafts in the building. This one that we're on right now is the primary one, but we do open the other one during move-in. It only goes up to the 5th floor, but we open it up during move-in to kind of help with all of the traffic, just to make the process as smooth and efficient as possible. And so right now we are walking down the B wing of Creswell. Creswell is, if you can think about the building, it is the shape of a T. So right now we're at the tip top of that T.
And here is the room. The room comes with 2 17-position adjustable beds, so you can determine the height of your bed. A lot of residents like to raise it because they like to stick a futon or a mini fridge under it. And also note that it comes with its own air conditioning and its own heating system, so you and your roommate can both decide on what temperature of the room you want it to be. The windows actually do open, which is really great because you can let in that breeze, that autumn breeze like we talked about earlier. And they're really just big, so they bring in a lot of natural light to make the space even seem bigger. A lot of people like to utilize this space over here by the desk, and they like to go vertically, so they'll add shelving or just tack on some posters to personalize the space a little bit. Notice that there are also bookshelves, one for each resident down at the bottom. And over on the other side of the room, there are 2 vanities, so 1 per resident, and they each come with 4 drawers. And they also come with these wonderful little closet spaces on either side. And you can open it up, and the closet space goes all the way back in the back. And there's also shelving at the top for your items that you want to keep, but you just don't use every day. And yeah, so there's a lot of storage space in this room, as you can tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's also a lot of really great pictures from past residents who have lived in Creswell. They're on our website. Every year we do a Room of the Year competition, which is where students can sort of showcase the decorations that they've done inside their room. And Creswell consistently is a building where people really just showcase their personality and personalize the space that they're living in.
Yeah.
So, quick note, you might have noticed while we were walking down that there is sort of this weird apartment-style room on this hall. Not every floor has basically this is a graduate resident apartment, and not every floor has one, but there are like one every other floor. A graduate resident is a student who's pursuing a master's degree here at the University of Georgia, and essentially it's a paid position. They live here on the halls, they supervise the RAs, they help advise the community councils, and so it's also just another cool resource. Not only do you have resident assistants that live with you and kind of help guide you through your UGA experience, but there's also master's students that live here too, which is unique.
And B Wing and A Wing both share a bathroom, and this bathroom is a community bathroom. And here is the community bathroom. Over here we have the toilets and the sinks, and this is just a really great place, surprisingly, to meet people. Because everyone just runs into each other and they'll be like, hey, you live on A-Wing? Yeah, I live on A-Wing. You live on A-Wing? And it's like, yeah, it's a great way to just meet the people around you. Also in here we have the showers. So, yeah, there you go. There's a little bench so you can place your stuff. It doesn't have to sit on the floor or anything. And that's it for the bathroom.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Usually the RAs or the building service workers will have some sort of sound system, and so it's actually pretty fun. Like sometimes if you're showering in the morning and there's like a really good song playing, I don't know, it just makes it feel a lot more like home, being able to have music playing.
Now we're walking down the C wing. Another important thing to note is that it is shaped like a T, so we're walking down the biggest part of the T, and it is the C and the D wing. Now they also share a common area and a bathroom, but we're going to show you the common area because it's just another one of those things that makes Creswell feel like home.
Mm-hmm. There's also a resident assistant that's on the C wing and the D wing, so on any floor in Creswell there are 3 resident assistants that will live there. And so we walked past the RA room for the C wing. The D wing will have another RA that's there, and then the A and B halls have an RA that shares those two wings. But this is the secret other elevator that we were talking about. This one gets opened up. It's a service elevator, but it gets opened up during move-in to help make it more efficient. And each floor between the C and the D wing has some kind of like community space right here where students can come and study if they want to, just hang out with each other, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's important to note that the stairwell is there as well. So there's a stairwell. There's a stairwell in between the C and D, and then there's another stairwell as well.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, so if maybe you don't want to wait for the elevator to go downstairs or upstairs, you have that as an option also.
Yes.
One thing that's really cool about some of these buildings that have these long hallways is that the door decorations are so creative. People will post pictures of themselves. They'll get whiteboards and write each other, like, hey, miss you, let's go to Bolton, type of stuff. And it's really cool. Like right now there's not anybody living here, but when people move in, you can just feel the life that comes back into this building with their creativity and decorations and,
And that's a really great point too, because they actually, some RAs will challenge their residents to open up the doors and to let other people in. So you'll walk through sometimes and you'll hear one group of students watching The Bachelor while another group of students is in a different room with their door open studying, and it just creates this great like family community environment that we have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So give us a little trivia about Creswell, Jessica. When was it made?
It was made back in the 1960s, so Creswell has welcomed many generations of UGA students. It was named after Mary Creswell, who was the first dean of the College of Family and Consumer Sciences in 1933. So she is a pretty cool lady. And it was actually the first of the 3 high-rises to be built. The other 2 high-rises are Russell Hall and Brumby Hall. But Creswell was the original. Creswell was the first, and it's been, welcoming in UGA residents ever since. People really love it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Back out. So we're back out on the first floor, if you can remember, kind of going backwards. But this is the only entry point to the building, so anytime a resident comes in or out of the building, they'll pass through these access doors. Usually there's a lot of hustle and bustle, as you can imagine, with 960 residents living here at one time. But there's a lot of life, lots of laughs, lots of love. Live, laugh, love.
Yeah, and it's also important to note that that this high-rise is a freshman-only high-rise, and so only freshmen live here. And so it really just, everybody can relate to their freshman experiences and have a good laugh about, forgetting to get on the bus or, taking the wrong bus. And it's just a great way to start a conversation with someone around.
Yeah. And that's a good point, bringing up buses too. So a lot of UGA's campus is walkable, but we do have a lot of other great transportation means. One being the buses. On the crosswalk side, closest to Russell, there is a bus stop that's right outside of Creswell. There's also a bus stop that's sort of higher up towards Russell and Brumby. But you could easily walk, either way to get wherever you need to go. We also have an electric assist bike program that was recently introduced this year. So students, they get a discounted rate and they're able to pay for a certain amount of minutes. But if you don't want to wait for a bus and you want to be able to maybe get a little bit of exercise, get across campus, you can rent those bikes. And there's one station that's actually right outside Creswell, which is super convenient.
Yeah, you do it by just downloading the app, so you really don't have to talk to the desk assistant or anything. You just download the app and you're good to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
so I think that's it.
Yes, that's it.
Creswell. Thank you guys so much for being here.